Our top focus this morning is on a big hearing that will be kicking off in the Supreme Court. It's a batch of intervention petitions that have been filed by a group of gang rape survivors from West Bengal. The petitioners have filed 3 separate applications in the Supreme Court. They're seeking an SIT investigation into the sexual violence. The victims have accused the TMC workers of attacking and raping them during post-poll violence for their political and religious beliefs. Of the 3 petitions, one has been filed by a 60-year-old woman. 2 other pleas have been filed by teenage girls. The petitioners have narrated horrifying tales of sexual violence. They've accused the police of siding also with the alleged perpetrators. The petitioners hence have sought transfer of the case from Bengal to another investigative authority. The West Bengal government, reacting to these petitions, has termed the charges politically motivated, claiming that the government is holding a fair probe into the violence and has also lodged FIRs. The government further said that they've arrested the accused and even paid compensation to the victims.
बहुत माने निंदा करने के कोई भाषा भी नहीं है। ये अत्याचार हुआ, रेप हुआ, 300 से ज़्यादा महिला के ऊपर मॉलेस्टेशन हुआ, 25 महिला के ऊपर रेप हुआ। इसको भुगतना पड़ेगा। एक और टीएमसी गुंडा को भुगतना पड़ेगा। ये रेपिस्ट को प्रोटेक्शन देना टीएमसी का काम है। रेपिस्ट को संरक्षण करके टीएमसी करता है।
And let me also now get you this detailed report on exactly what the survivors have claimed in their intervention pleas before the Supreme Court.
Violence, vandalism, arson. The eruption was instantaneous. Just minutes after Mamata's huge victory in Bengal, these were the scenes in the state. Amidst the violence, allegations of sexual violence and gang rape also erupted. Allegations that quickly sank amidst a ferocious war of words between the victorious Trinamool and the new opposition BJP. And now, over a month later, fresh, horrific details of alleged gang rape have emerged. With multiple women from Bengal, including a minor girl, moving Supreme Court, seeking a detailed probe into what they call a wave of revenge rape by the ruling party.
As the Supreme Court is looking into the issue of post-poll violence in West Bengal, a chorus of complaints has come up regarding allegations of sexual assault by people who are said to be TMC workers. At least 3 applications have been filed in the Supreme Court by women claiming to have been victims of such rape and gang rape by TMC workers, as their family members support the opposition party.
Last month, when separate but similar allegations had emerged, the Trinamool and the Bengal police had dismissed them outright, calling some of them even fake. One of the new applicants, a 60-year-old woman, has detailed horrors starting the 3rd of May, saying her house was surrounded by a large mob of Trinamool supporters and loud threats hurled at her, asking her family to leave the house. She says her daughter-in-law was mercilessly beaten. At midnight, 5 Trinamool workers forced their way in, slapped, beat and tied her to her bed and gang raped her in front of her 6-year-old grandson. A separate plea alleges that a group of 4 men dragged 2 girls into a nearby jungle where they assaulted the 17-year-old and raped them one by one for more than an hour. The plea states that they were attacked and gang raped solely for their families' political affiliations and religious beliefs. In her plea before the Supreme Court, the 17-year-old alleges that she was sent to a child welfare home and wasn't allowed to meet her family. Similar allegations have been made in a plea by a 19-year-old woman. The petitions have sought transfer of the investigation in their cases to a special investigation team to be conducted outside Bengal.
See, the girls need to come out. The girls need to say. If the girls fear to come out, then we can't make up the story, because people will say that we have made up the stories. So that is where we are lacking.
There is such existence of any litigation which is sub judice. It is not proper to make any comment thereon, because the Honorable Supreme Court is dealing with that matter.
The Bengal government on May 25th had informed the court that a 5-judge bench of the Calcutta High Court had already taken cognizance of the issue and was hearing pleas for an SIT investigation. The state government also claimed that FIRs had been registered and arrests had begun to be made. However, the National Human Rights Commission had informed the court that an internal report had been filed by its committee which indicated that there were serious violations of human rights. The matter is expected to be heard by the Supreme Court on Tuesday. With Anisha Mathur, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me take this across now to Anisha Mathur for the latest updates. Anisha, good morning. The Supreme Court set to begin this very crucial hearing today. Now, the Bengal government has made it very clear that they don't want the Supreme Court to step in this particular matter. We know that it's been taken up in the High Court as well previously. Is that going to have some bearing in the hearing in the Supreme Court? Is there a possibility that the top court could say that this is a matter that the Calcutta High Court has to deal with?
Well, Akshata, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the court today, particularly since not just the West Bengal government, but also the Human Rights Commission, the National Commission for Women and the NCPCR are also expected to put their points across before the Supreme Court today. Of course, the state government has taken the stand that since these issues have already been taken up by the Calcutta High Court, that a 5-judge bench is hearing this matter. Therefore, there is no need for the apex court to then step in and take any action. There was a hearing in this matter in the High Court on the 31st of May. The High Court has asked for certain information, similar reports as the Supreme Court from the various commissions and from the state government. The court has also been informed that FIRs have in fact been lodged and some people have in fact been arrested, because remember, the main allegation in these complaints is not of the incident itself. The main allegation in these complaints is that the people who are the women and the other people who have been affected by this violence don't think that the West Bengal police will do a fair investigation, and that is why they want this matter to go before an SIT. Now, however, since the state government is saying that arrests have been made and FIRs have been filed, it remains to be seen whether the apex court will take up this matter or not. A lot will depend on what the various commissions have said. A lot will depend on what has been done before the High Court. Because remember, usually the Supreme Court does not step into things if the High Court is already cognizant of the matter. And in this particular case, there is a 5-judge constitution bench of the High Court which is monitoring this entire allegation of post-poll violence. Back to you.
All right, Anisha, we'll keep coming to you through the day as and when that hearing also begins at the Supreme Court. For the moment, thank you very much for joining us.